Hey everyone, it's Clayton and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do something a little different, which is to review and talk about the first ever cloud gaming handheld that I've had a chance to get my hands on and put through the paces over the past few weeks. Great time during the holidays to look into this device. And what I have my hands on here is the Abxylute Cloud Gaming Console. Yes, it's pronounced Abxylute, even though it's spelled like that, Abxylute. And this device promises to bring the full cloud gaming experience into the palm of your hand at an affordable price. So let's see if it delivers. Well, before we dive into the tech specs, let's do a little unboxing here, show you what's inside this. Of course, just a generic, basic cardboard box. You get the device, which is packaged inside of an Abxylute carrying case, which is nice. I love when they ship carrying cases. That way I don't have to go to Amazon and try to find something else to package and carry this around in my backpack. So really nice that it comes already prepackaged inside of a carrying case. And then you get the nice screen protector there, peel that off, and there's your device. You also get a charging cable, which is down inside the cardboard box, and a little startup manual. And that, my friends, is it. That is it. That is totally everything that's inside the box. There's nothing else. Before we talk about some of the processor speed, hardware, and tech specs, let's talk about the hardware and what does it actually feel like in your hand. And I have to say, it has a really nice premium feeling in your hand. It does not feel cheap at all. The nice plastic case here feels really solid. And overall, we're going to talk about the screen more in a second. The screen is gorgeous, 7-inch display. You get these really nice Hall effect joysticks here, which feel great. And the D-pad. The D-pad is my least favorite part of this experience. Just playing through a bunch of different games, I didn't find it responsive and actually found it a little stiff. Again, not my favorite D-pad, but your mileage may vary. I know it's a personal preference, so you might have to try it out to see if you like it. The X, Y, B, and A buttons feel great on the front of this. Overall, the ergonomics in your hand, it feels really comfortable for long gaming sessions. And I've played quite long sessions and didn't have any sort of achiness in my hands or anything like that. But one of the things that really stood out to me are the triggers on the top. They really feel great and may actually be my favorite triggers that I've ever experienced on a handheld device. Yeah, they're that good. Really, really nice. And then, of course, along the top, you have the volume up and down buttons, the power button. On the bottom, you have the USB-C charging port, as well as a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And then, of course, there's the SD slot if you want to add your own games through emulation. But again, personally, I'm not treating this as an emulation device, so I'm not going to even bother. I'm trying to come at this from how the manufacturer wanted this to be treated, which is it wants to be a cloud gaming handheld device. That's what it's called, actually. So I'm not going to do emulation on this device. I'm not going to try to put the N64 games on here. And I know a number of people have tried that, and you can certainly seek out those videos and see what that looks like. But again, for me, I wanted to treat this as a cloud gaming console, a way to get access to my games in the cloud, not having to download them locally or relying on any kind of remote play using Wi-Fi streaming from my console, although of course you can do that as well. So again, cloud gaming from the servers, from the companies that have these servers set up. I wanted to see how this device works. So now let's go into some of the tech specs here and give you kind of the rundown on what this thing can do. So the Abxylute Cloud Gaming Handheld is powered by an MT8365 quad-core processor, comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is perfect for cloud gaming, and it handles it flawlessly, I must say. Oh, let's talk about that 7-inch display. This thing is gorgeous. It has a crisp 1920 by 1080 resolution, 16 by 9 aspect ratio. Really looks great. Colors just pop on the screen. Really, really nice color reproduction here. This is a home run. I'm telling you, for this price point, $199 on this device, and that screen, yes, we've got a home run of a screen here. Battery life is also a home run. Been playing for many, many hours, solid 8 hours of use on a full charge. Has a 5200 milliamp hour battery pack in this. So yes, the battery life is great for cloud gaming as well. So I do want to talk about the Wi-Fi, because one thing that surprised me was how well the Abxylute performed even on my less than perfect Wi-Fi setup. So where I was playing was down here in the studio. The router that has Wi-Fi 6 was a couple of floors above, and the streaming has been flawless. I haven't had any hiccups, and it's played brilliantly for hours without interruption, and the device held up. Almost no delays at all. I can only imagine if I sat right next to the router what that would look like. Now let me just compare that for a second, because I was playing Xbox cloud games. compared with actually playing on the Xbox Series X connected to an Ethernet connection. I was having hiccups and stutters and resolution issues on my Xbox Series X with an Ethernet connection, playing a cloud version of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, comparing that to playing it on the Abxylute handheld, and had no issues whatsoever. That is pretty telling, actually. Again, I wanted to treat this device what it was born as, which was a cloud gaming handheld. That's what it's meant to be. I'm not going to turn this into an emulation device or anything else. So I just wanted to stream games from the cloud, and specifically Xbox Cloud Gaming. The reason for Xbox is, if you watched my other video about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, that was going to be my big Christmas game. I was going to play it over the holidays. So I couldn't wait. I got it on Game Pass, downloaded it onto the Xbox Series X, and then within the first few minutes, crash. Okay, that's weird. Let me reboot or let me restart. Goes back to the menu. Let me start playing again. Crash, 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 crash. I jump into forums. I find out on Reddit forums that yes, thousands of people are having the exact same experience. Other people are not. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's playing fine. But now we know that yes, on the Xbox Series S and X and even PC versions of the game, people were having all sorts of crashes. It made it unplayable. So I tried multiple times. I deleted it, reinstalled it, deleted it, reinstalled it. Nothing. I couldn't play it over the holidays, and I was really bummed. So I was excited to get my hands on this device because maybe that would mean I could actually play Indiana Jones through the cloud and actually experience it. And that's exactly what happened. So with Xbox Cloud Gaming, sign in right on this device. And, it has a basic software interface. It's not too flashy. And they have an absolute essentials section, which features some of the apps that you're going to want to download, like Xbox and Xbox Cloud, the PlayStation Play, also NVIDIA GeForce Now, if you want to play that way as well. Steam Link, if you want to play your Steam games, although I think you have a much better experience playing them through NVIDIA GeForce Now. If you're going to pay for the unlimited plan, you're going to pay $19 a month for that. So for me, though, it was all about Xbox. Downloaded Xbox Cloud Gaming, signed in, and was immediately able to jump into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And you can see the gameplay here. By the way, when I would play it on my Xbox Series X through Cloud Gaming, it was very dark. Here, I was able to adjust the settings and it looks great, but it was immediately perfect. Like, I didn't have to do any adjustments. It looked great out of the box. And I know I'm sort of in a bright studio here, so it might not reflect exactly what I'm seeing with my own eyes playing Indiana Jones, but I didn't have very minimal latency at best, even in the worst spot where I was filming this. And it's, of course, hard to film this while I'm playing the game and trying to get out of the glare of the screen here, so you don't see my face glaring off of the lights in the background here. So I'm not doing a good job of actually gameplay at the moment. So you have to take my word for it that when I was playing it in my office in my nice fluffy chair under a nice warm blanket because it's been freezing, I had an amazing experience and was able to navigate through this game, pick up where I left off after all of the crashes that I experienced. So really, really great experience on Xbox Cloud Gaming. On the Abxylute handheld device. Now, I also jumped into to Starfield, tested a whole bunch of other games. Again, same result here with Starfield and other pretty big games streaming through Xbox Cloud, which they, of course, still say is in beta, Xbox Cloud Gaming. So I had a great experience here. So in the end, I was pretty surprised, I will admit. I didn't think I was going to like this device. I didn't think I was going to care much for it until I got my hands on it and saw that I could really enjoy a lot of my games in the cloud, wherever I am in the house, on the couch, downstairs, in my office, it didn't matter. And I get a great experience with it, with almost zero latency to my eyes, being able to play some pretty big, hefty games. So is the Abxylute worth it at $199 for anyone curious about cloud gaming or looking for some sort of a portable solution that has a great Wi-Fi connection? This could be a fantastic option. I mean, if you're looking for sort of an all-in-one device that you can also do emulation on and download games locally to the device and have that great experience, maybe this isn't the device for you. Again, your mileage may vary, but if you're interested in what it would look like for a cheap, kind of affordable handheld that'll allow you to do cloud gaming, this might be the one for you. It has got a beautiful display, surprisingly long battery life. The performance is really nice for the price. It's not perfect. And of course, if your internet isn't up to par, then you're probably going to have a terrible experience. But it is one heck of a way to play Xbox Cloud Gaming, GeForce Now, or even Steam Link on the go. So, if you've been on the fence about trying cloud gaming on a dedicated handheld, the Abxylute is a great place to start. I'll be keeping this one around for my own gaming sessions, and I will beat Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on this device, since my Xbox Series X keeps crap in the bed. That's the truth of it. Thanks, everyone. Subscribe. Let me know what you think about this device down below. Are you going to pick one up? Are you just curious about it? Let me know your thoughts on this, and we'll see you next time.